and it's always been a struggle for me personally to bring them on my journey with me.
I just think that we should be celebrating love.
Let's just concentrate on what we're doing right here, right now, and that is that people can marry whoever they want.
We're such complex animals that we have the capacity to love anyone, sexually, mentally, physically. So, yeah, I try not to close off my relationships just because of a gender.
The definition of a marriage in Australia currently states that it is the union of a man and a woman, to the exclusion of all others, voluntarily entered into for life. Against all odds, the Turnbull government has won the right to survey the Australian people on the topic of same-sex marriage. While a result is expected to be announced on around November 15, this will not automatically determine the result of the same-sex marriage postal survey. However, if the majority of the vote is yes, this will set in motion a bill to Parliament where the majority of members in Parliament are expected to vote yes. For the months leading up to this postal survey, you may have heard politicians or the media talking about a same-sex marriage plebiscite. However, the Australian government didn't win the rights or the legislation to have a plebiscite go forward. So instead, they've opted for a postal vote of all people on the Australian electoral roll. You, the people, get to have your say. The same-sex marriage postal survey in Australia is having a great effect on the wider Australian community. This documentary, through the series of interviews, aims to show you the positive and negative effects this is having on the youth and the community of Australia.
I could mess up, can't I? Like if I accidentally say something. Okay.
We can stop and I can do it again.
Correct.
Yeah, because I'll probably bugger up.
Yep, hit the record button for me.
Hi, I'm Victoria. I'm 26 years old and I'm a heterosexual.
Steve Feeney, 30, and gay.
My name is Ashley Dighton, I'm 25 and I am a heterosexual.
My name is Belinda Sumner. I'm 53 years old and I'm heterosexual.
My name's Brandon, I'm 22 and I'm gay.
Susie Wiltshire, 46 and heterosexual.
My name's Crystal Schomberger. I'm 34 years old. I'm a bisexual.
Yeah, Robert Murphy and I'm 68. I'm heterosexual.
My name is Bill and I'm 8 and I'm in grade 2.
Single.
Married in New Zealand.
Not married.
I'm married.
Married.
Married to a female.
Married.
Marriage means sort of solidifying the love between two people and spending the rest of your life with someone you're head over heels with, I guess, yeah.
What does marriage mean to me? I think it means commitment and just showing your commitment to another person. So just love, celebrating what you've got. So probably just the overall relationship that you're in. For me, it also has extra meaning that it means I can actually be with my partner. Without marriage, I wouldn't be able to pursue the relationship that I'm in because he lives in another country.
To me, marriage is an expression of commitment between two people. It's a bond that is a reflection of a shared mutual respect and understanding.
What marriage means to me is a partnership, sharing your life with somebody that cares about you, you care about them, having a family, someone who supports you, loves you, you can rely on, they can rely on you, and just happiness.
Commitment. Life partner. Love.
To me, marriage means family, means having a commitment to one person for the rest of your life, and for us it's starting a family together.
The union between a man and a woman for the purpose of procreating.
God, I think that the effect it's having on the youth of that community is huge. I mean, it's a big, big deal. It represents their future, and I guess what they've got to look forward to in the future, and yeah.
I can't imagine that it would be a positive effect. I think it is making them feel like more like, and I know for myself as well, more like a minority. So yeah, definitely feeling I guess the negative side of things and opinions. I know for myself, switching off from social media has been a necessity at the moment. So I can't imagine for the younger people that are still going through the struggle that many of us went through at a younger age, the effect that it would have on them, I really can't imagine.
Anyone from 12 to 25 and all people in that age bracket. This has a profound effect on them because it's such a polarising debate, and it's such a, I think there's an element of, it's not a necessary thing. Like a postal survey is just, I think is ridiculous. The way it's structured, the whole thing is ludicrous. And I quite firmly support gay marriage or marriage equality. So I think that the effect on youths is very damaging for those who aren't in a position to be able to defend themselves or understand the thoughts or the feelings or the arguments around it coherently. I think that can be very, very damaging for them. I think also for people who are a little older, so maybe for 18 to 25, I think probably you're looking at, especially in Australia, that a bit of a swing towards supportive gay marriage in that respect. And I think it's probably good for understanding themselves and understanding their place in society for that older age bracket. I think my biggest issue is just for those who are vulnerable. I think it has a pretty profound and pretty negative effect on that, just because it digs up so much unnecessary vitriol.
From my perspective, that they've got a say, they've got a voice. It's getting them talking, it's getting other people talking, it's getting these people feeling like they're going to get heard.
Well, the whole thing is pretty unnecessary in the first place, so I think it's just causing a lot of aggressive debate, and it's it's bringing a lot of tension which shouldn't be there in the first place. It's kind of necessary in order for us to get to the right decision, but yeah, it's just causing a lot of aggression, I think.
What effect do I think it's having on them?
Yeah.
Hopefully a positive one,
Yeah.
although it's disappointing that we had to go to that point.
Okay.
It should have just happened.
But I just felt like it was a time where I could have my say and be involved in the process. And I think that some people have been making arguments that I don't agree with. But I generally don't like to get too involved. I just say, this is me, this is who I am, this is an important topic to me, but I don't want to go out there and bash other people's points of view.
On the youth of Australia, got no idea what the survey's having on the effect of youth of Australia.
So the same-sex postal vote affects me personally. My sister's gay. And I guess in the future I would love to see her get married to someone she absolutely adores. That would be amazing. It's only fair she gets married to someone she loves as much as I can marry someone I love in the future. And I have my best friend's gay, and her girlfriend's amazing, and I would love to see them get married, and all that.
Personally for me, doesn't make a difference to what I've got and my marriage as such, because I still believe that what I have matters where it matters, as in which country, etc. However, I do personally would like my marriage to mean something in this country. So at the moment it doesn't, I haven't advertised my marriage, I haven't posted it on social media, because I don't feel like in Australia it's legal, so it kind of doesn't mean shit. So I do look forward to the result of the vote, because it does mean that it does make a difference for me personally, and I think also just knowing that Australia does accept, that sort of thing would probably just make a big difference as well, given that we're one of the last developed countries to have same-sex marriage.
In terms of how it affects me, I mean, it doesn't really affect me personally because I'm a straight bloke, and it's not something that does affect me personally, but with all these things, I use context to supply meaning, and I've got a person who's a really good friend and someone I work with as well, who is a terrific person. I've known them for a while. Wonderful, wonderful lady, and she's got a partner. She's a lesbian. She's got a partner who, again, is one of the sweetest people I've ever met, and they've had a loving relationship for a really, really long time. And so I think seeing them in difficulty and seeing them not be able to have a full and legally equitable expression of their relationship is troubling. That is something that does affect me. So in terms of me personally, not so much. It's more the context of those around me that I do care for, that are affected more directly by the survey.
I don't know, it's just nice to be able to give my yes vote and be a part of something that could potentially change people's lives.
Like personally, I haven't really, like marriage isn't something I'm really considering anyway, but it's more so just equality in general. Like everyone should have the same right. Like it bothers me if someone, or like if I had a long-term partner and then I was in hospital or something and they couldn't be there for me, that would frustrate me, because there are some people that are married who don't even, like they don't even have that genuine love for each other. It's just something they've done, and we can't have that same treatment. Yeah, I don't know. It's just unfair and equality. So yeah, that's how it affects me personally.
If it goes through, it would make me really happy. I'm all in favour.
Well, it personally affects me because I would like our current marriage to be recognised in my country. Abby and I have chosen to live here full time, and that's where we want to start a family here. So obviously for us to have like a legally recognised marriage would, I think, just be something that would legitimise our relationship in the community, because I found that over in Canada, with them having same-sex marriage for a number of years now, it makes it more comfortable for people in the community to come out and to feel like their relationship's just as legitimate as heterosexual couples. So I think it's really important. It's important to me. I want to be able to go into a school community and say, this is my child, this is my wife, and for that to be just as legitimate as any other family unit.
The survey doesn't affect me at all. It's the result. It's the reason for the survey is the issue. The survey shouldn't have been done anyway. The decision should have been made in Parliament. They went to the polls on this. They won the election. They should have just had a plebiscite and bloody in Parliament.
Ooh. That is a great question. I guess I never decided to be straight. I just knew how attracted I was to men. I never decided it. It was never a thing. But you know what? I appreciate beautiful women and I appreciate beautiful men. I just like men more.
When did I decide to be straight? I don't think it's so much a conscious decision as something that's more inherent in our makeup. I mean, I know there's no genetic proof for homo or heterosexuality necessarily, but it is my opinion that it's not something, or some people probably might choose or do choose, or whatever social pressures might drive that, but I think for other people it is simply how they are made, as it were. And I think as I am made, I prefer women.
I don't know if anyone ever decides. Doesn't it just happen? Isn't it just what you are? You're either... I don't know if you decide.
Wow, that's such a... I don't know if I would say I decided to be gay. That's a pretty big debate, I guess, in itself. But I realised when I was around... I think I admitted it to myself when I was around like 15. Yeah, but it's still something... I think sexuality is still something that I question to this day, and I think everyone should. I think it's not wrong, but it's not necessarily right for people to just go, men should like women, or like you should just like one gender, or like, you know, what even is gender in the first place? Like, we're such complex animals that we have the capacity to love anyone, sexually, mentally, physically. So yeah, I try not to close off my relationships just because of a gender.
I didn't decide at all, I just was.
I voted yes.
Yes.
I voted yes already.
Yeah, I definitely voted yes.
Awesome.
The whole family voted yes.
Yeah, I voted yes.
I have voted and I voted yes, and I can tell you that out of a family of 6, we have all voted yes.
I've already voted yes.
No.
Yay.
Thanks, Bill. That's all I needed.
You're welcome.